over there. Yeah.
Stack it in my bag. Yeah, stack it in my bag. I like crypto grind. Currency's flowing, I've been coins on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the van. Emptying out my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash registers ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the prize.
If you're holding real-world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but, we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on. I gotta tell her she like, hold on. What up, y'all? What's good? Everybody come on in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. As y'all come in on YouTube, give me 2 seconds. I can tell my mama she is loud, okay? I'll be right back.
Don't worry about mom. Don't worry about mama. We just ain't here. What up, everybody? Peace, peace, peace. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen over there on TikTok. I see y'all. And make sure y'all liking the live over here on YouTube.
I want to shout my sister out real quick. I don't normally do this, but my sister my sister got nominated for a Golden Globes Award.
Oh shit!
For best podcast.
Oh shit!
Best podcast. Shout out to my sister. Yeah, she's a host at NPR, and one of the shows that she hosts, which is called Up First, has been nominated for a Golden Globes Award. So shout my sister out. Shout out to my sister. Huh?
Nah, I said that is popping. And shout out to whoever sent those gifts over there. That was fire.
Dang, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the gifts over there.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So I had to shout my sister out real quick because that's huge, man. I thought she done did some big things like, White House Correspondents' Dinner, being a voice of that. But this Golden Globes is pretty big. So I'm like, damn, okay, girl. So yeah, shout out to my sister, y'all. Best podcast. So let's see. Hopefully, they got nominated. Let's see if they're gonna win.
So she gotta go out there then. She gotta go to the awards, right?
Yeah. She definitely gonna be in attendance. So yeah, man, that's pretty big for my family. So yeah, I had to shout my sister out before we got started because
you gonna be her plus one? What's up?
Huh?
You gonna be her plus one?
No, she that shit pissed me off. I went with her to the White House Correspondents' Dinner this year, but
right.
She probably, I don't know. I think her and that nigga more serious now. And if that nigga watching, I'm watching you. Got my eyes on you, nigga. But yeah, we're gonna get started, y'all. We're gonna get started. I just had to shout my sister out real quick because that's pretty big, you know what I'm saying? We're doing big things out here. But y'all, Tether wilding out to me. If you ask me, Tether is wilding the fuck out. So Tether is joining a $80 million funding round for Italian humanoids built for high-risk industrial jobs. Why on earth is Tether making sure that they squeeze their little money in on some humanoids?
Because they got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they got to do to just continue, man. They got to do what they got to do, fam.
It's messy. They're creating a very messy situation. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Wall Street, and how Ripple's quiet pivot led to a $40 billion valuation. Because they are crashing out in crypto. And then we're gonna talk about Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is tracking a hidden $400 billion Fed liquidity signal that matters more than rate cuts. So we're gonna talk about that. Then we got 3 bank CEOs met with U.S. senators for crypto regulation talks. It's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, I guess, was around 90K when this went down.
Okay.
And then we got Near achieves 1 million transactions per second in shredded test environment. So Near Protocol, they reached 1 million transactions per second in a benchmark. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Then we got 1 second. We got the CFTC launches crypto pilot program for tokenized collateral in derivatives markets. Pretty big. So we're gonna talk about that as well. So yeah, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all like the live as y'all coming in. We got some pretty good news to go over. Yeah, I like days like this because some days they be like, Lord have mercy. So yeah, y'all. So we're gonna get started. So yeah, we actually gonna start with this Tether news because I just think Tether is messy as hell for this. Let me share my screen. And appreciate y'all. I see the congratulations for my sister. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out to sis. Shout out to big sis. Holding it down. So Tether, fam. Tether joined, you see what it says? Tether joins $80 million funding round for Italian humanoids built for high-risk industrial jobs. What the are they doing over there, fam? So basically what happened, Tether joined the $80 million funding round for generative bionics. So that's an Italian Institute of Technology spinoff building humanoid robots for tough, risky industrial work. Now, I'm not mad at the investment within itself. I'm just like, but it's just Tether.
Wow. Yeah, it's almost like, are they reallocating their funds? Are they trying to make sure they have funds in certain industries that possibly could save them, so that they don't crash out? I don't know what's up with them. I'm trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing and they have no type of, like, they're not regulated. Don't do audits. Like, I'm trying to figure out why they keep using that token that, they have to replace here in America, at least. Why do y'all keep using it and putting mad money, mad money into stuff, knowing damn well that it's not compliant? I don't understand that. I don't. It don't be making sense in my mind, but I don't know. Maybe someone else can explain. You know what I'm saying? To make it seem more legit.
I mean,
yeah. So that ain't gonna help them seem legit, gang, because it's just not compliant. Yeah, because it's like you're not compliant, you don't pass audits, you don't do audits. So I don't know why they doing this shit, but I'll let you continue.
So other backers include AMD Ventures and Italy's state-backed artificial intelligence fund. So what do these robots do? So physical AI, humanoids meant to operate in human design spaces. So factories, warehouses, hospitals, retail, etc. Right? They aim to handle lifting, hauling, and repetitive tasks that typically robotic arms struggle with, right? Why is Tether investing? Tether is investing because the CEO, Paulo Ardanio, says that the company is moving beyond just stablecoins into digital and physical infrastructure. So that means AI, that means robotics, that means Bitcoin mining, GPU stacks. They trying to do everything. They looking like Apple right now, fam. I'm sorry. I'm shooting shots. I'm shooting shots. They're looking like Apple, trying to do every fucking thing.
Not like Apple, damn.
I'm shooting shots, and I don't care if you like Apple, you know what I'm saying? I get it. They got great products, but Apple be trying to do too much. This is what Tether is looking like. So the goal for them is to reduce reliance on big tech platforms and big tech that strengthens societal resilience. So the timing and the roadmap. So they plan their first production ready deployments across industries starting in early 2026. So, like I said, I'm not mad at the investment. I'm just saying, like, Tether, what are y'all doing, fam? This matters because it's another sign of crypto firms deploying profits into real world technology, especially automation and AI that can improve safety and productivity in high risk jobs. For Tether, it diversifies beyond stablecoins and could deepen its influence in non-crypto infrastructure. But to your point, what you always say, blockchain, AI, synonymous, right?
They go hand in hand. So
yeah.
All right, well, we'll see. But okay, Tether, like, I ain't mad at the investment. I'm just trying to figure out why y'all keep doing stuff and y'all not compliant. They ain't on my business. I'm about my goddamn black ass business. But let's talk about Bitcoin real quick. Because Bitcoin is tracking a hidden $400 billion Fed liquidity signal that matters more than rate cuts. So I thought that was interesting because I'm like, matters more than rate cuts. So the article argues that behind the scenes, Bitcoin is not just reacting to visible events like interest rate expectations, but to underlying shifts in liquidity stemming from the Fed balance sheet dynamics. Specifically, after a prolonged period of quantitative tightening, during which the Fed shrank bank reserves and drained liquidity, the article suggests the system may be on the cusp of a rebound, a latent $400 billion liquidity signal that could re-enter the broader funding markets. On-chain data supports elevated stress in crypto markets today. Large unrealized losses across many BTC holders sharply reduce leverage in futures markets, and significant BTC supply sitting underwater. So the implication is that as liquidity flows back, if the Fed shifts policy or repo market conditions improve, risk assets like Bitcoin, which are highly sensitive to liquidity, may stand to benefit disproportionately. In essence, what appears as muted volatility or a range-bound BTC price may just be a calm before a liquidity-driven acceleration. So this matters because liquidity and not just rates may drive the next crypto leg. So many observers focus primarily on rate cuts for expectations thereof when predicting asset flows. But if a hidden liquidity infusion or balance sheet pivot from a central bank occurs, that could trigger a far larger effect across equities, credit, crypto, and alternative assets than even a rate move alone. Crypto as a high beta liquidity asset. So if Bitcoin's correlation with macro liquidity is structural, then Bitcoin could function less like a standalone asset and more like a levered gauge of global funding, similar to certain risk assets or commodity cycles in traditional macro frameworks. Also, its potential for structural reallocation of capital between fiat risk assets and digital assets. So a liquidity tidal wave could push institutional and private capital back into risk assets. Given crypto's high beta and speculative upside, it could attract outsized flows, reshaping capital flow patterns globally. And then implications for relative value across asset classes. So if liquidity returns but yields on bonds remain low or negative in real terms, assets like Bitcoin, real assets, tokenized assets, alternative finance instruments might see renewed appeal fitted into macro portfolios as alternative yield or risk buckets. So liquidity cycle as a structural driver of on-chain capital flow and volatility. So for long-term, so this could underscore a core thesis that crypto cycles will not just align with narrative cycles like innovation, regulation, and hype, but with macro cycles, central bank balance sheet cycles, liquidity provision, global funding availability, and capital flow resets. Yeah, I'm more on that side. So crypto is about to pump. Crypto is about to pump because they need liquidity, because they're getting ready to push tokenization like hell to the masses. We are just early. We just happen to see it unfold, but they are about to pump a lot of liquidity. And Trump already kind of, and now I think 20 trillion was a crazy number. I think he just said a number because he just old, but it is about to be trillions of dollars pumping into the markets here soon. I'm not saying it's going to be 20 because Trump is very, very
that joke could be exaggerated like a bar.
Yeah, he be exaggerating like a motherfucker. Like everything's just great, everything's awesome. The market's fine. Like, nigga, have you seen the cost of eggs? You haven't. What the fuck I'm talking to? Like, nigga, I'm getting 6 items and spending $78, nigga.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Good, nigga.
That's facts.
You feel me? Walmart used to be like, I'm gonna go here so I can save a little bread. I ain't gonna fuck with Target. Now it's like, nigga, I might as well fuck with Target. I'm still spending a whole bunch of money.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't even matter. Yeah, so it is a lot of liquidity that's about to pump into the markets. It is because they want to push tokenization. They want to push these real world assets. They're gonna push them. So they needed the block. On top of that, y'all gotta remember, next year is midterms. Next year, I'm gonna say it again. Next year is midterms. Every president ever known to mankind, make sure the markets is up going into midterms. That's just what it is. Now that history will continue. So yes, the markets will pump next year. what between now and next year. It's coming. When they plan to pump liquidity in, we'll see. But this article was great. That's why I wanted to read it to y'all. Because it's not just, and they should have put crypto and Bitcoin instead of just Bitcoin, making it seem like only Bitcoin is gonna pump off of this. Like, no, real world assets are about to thrive. Everybody that's in, that's why they're not trying to talk about it. They're not trying to emphasize real world assets, utility driven assets. They're not trying to emphasize those because they don't want y'all worried about those. They want you worried about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana so that your ROI is completely ass. So that your ROI is just a few thousand. They don't care about y'all making 10, 20, anything under 100,000. They don't care. That's not like that's life changing, but they know most of y'all are financially illiterate and y'all gonna give it back. So they don't care about y'all making under 100,000. Like they worried about people that's gonna come up millions, billions, millions and billions of dollars. Regular folks that was, you know what I'm saying, out here just grinding. That's what they're concerned about. So they need as less as that as possible. And more of y'all just coming up 10, 20, 30, 40,000. That's cool with them because y'all gonna give it right back. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Yeah. But that's why, you know what I'm saying, it pays to be paying attention. That's why we do what we do, and we go over these updates every single day so that y'all understand the magnitude of what's going on here. That's why you got to keep up with what's going on when you're in long-term investing so that you can continue to hold your bags. So yeah, we'll move on to the next article. Let's talk about Near. Let's talk about Near right quick. So Near achieved 1 million transactions per second in a sharded test environment.
Near Protocol. That was, I'm pretty sure Near Protocol was one of the ones that was sitting there in that Coinstar machine when we were showing y'all 2-3 years ago, whatever that was, 2 years ago. So Near hits 1 million TPS. So Near Protocol claims it reached 1 million TPS transactions per second in a benchmark test. So the test used 70 shards on Google Cloud machines, and Near's mainnet currently runs on 9 shards. So how they tested it? They tested it because they got Google Compute Engine C4D instances. So Near estimates about $900 per month each in this setup. And their workload is only native token transfers, no smart contracts, which are the lightest types of transactions. So basically the result is 1 million TPS for nearly an hour, right? With these dashboards shared for verification. So what it does and doesn't prove. So showing this can scale throughput massively, right? And when optimized and, you know, when it's going forth with everything, it could move crazy. But real apps use smart contracts and more complex operations, which are heavier and reduce effective TPS. So basically, you know, they just go over some technical stuff, but the 1 million TPS results is a big, impressive lab style benchmark for simple transfers across, you know, many shards, not a current mainnet reality for complex workloads. It demonstrates headroom in the path to scale, but a production performance will depend on the count, the workload, and the network conditions. So Near Protocol, I mean, they working with Google, so I guess Google got them right, you know, optimizing and moving forward. So I don't know, maybe that's something that to get into. What's Near's price? Let me see what Near's price is.
I know Majestic said that they got a big bag of Near on for the low.
Near right now is $1.75. So
okay.
And a year ago, Near was $7, $7.77.
Okay. So that's a steal. How low did it go? Lower than $1 in the last year?
Did it go lower than $1? No. It did not go lower than $1. So it's at its lowest pretty much in a very, very long time. And the high was almost $20, all-time high.
Oh, so this is a steal right now. And they just did 1 million. What was that? 1 million transactions per second?
Yeah, 1 million transactions per second.
Oh, I might have to go get me a couple of.
Yeah. May have to see what's up, you know.
See what happens with it. I have to go get a couple. But do your homework. This ain't financial advice. We don't know nothing. This ain't financial advice. Do your homework. You're an adult. Make your own adult decisions. That we're not financial advisors. Okay.
Absolutely. No, we're not. We never say that, you know. I mean, but it's nothing wrong with doing some research. Nothing wrong with doing some research. And similar coins that's similar to Near is Chainlink and Avalanche.
Okay. So this might be, you know, third time's a charm type of situation, because I know Avalanche and Chainlink, you know, they both over $10. So all right. So yeah, definitely do your homework on Near Protocol. See what's up.
The ticker is Near.
NEAR, Near Protocol. All right, y'all. All right, so Wall Street piles in. How Ripple's quiet pivot led to a $40 billion valuation.
$40 billion.
$40 billion. Ripple. Ripple. So yeah, y'all, we got some Ripple updates.
Jeez.
Pull this up. Hold on. $40 billion valuation. So in November 2025, Ripple closed a $500 million strategic investment round that set its private valuation at about $40 billion. So the raise was led by major Wall Street firms and institutional heavyweight investors, Citadel Securities and Fortress Investment Group, with additional participation from funds including Pantera Capital, Galaxy Digital, Brain, Howard, and Marshall Wace. So what's unusual? This isn't a typical equity round. The deal included investor protections. Investors were given the right to sell their shares back to Ripple after 3 to 4 years at a guaranteed 10% per year return, unless Ripple IPOs earlier. If Ripple repurchases earlier, that return rises to 25% annualized. So there's also a liquidation preference clause. So in a liquidation or sale, these investors have priority. That reduces some downside risk for them. So in short, big institutional capital committed to Ripple, but under a structured protected agreement that cushions against downside. Is more conservative, debt-like, or special situations financing than a pure equity bet. That is crazy. So they pretty much know Ripple gonna have the biggest IPO America has ever seen, and these people making sure that when they exit, that they get their funds and that they are top priority, gang. Top priority. Like this is contracted, signs. This
40 billion. 40 billion.
Mm-hmm. So why this matters for Ripple crypto infrastructure? So this raises a strong structural signal. Here's what it reveals. Let me see. So institutional confidence in crypto infrastructure, stablecoin treasury, and prime brokerage strategy. So Ripple no longer pitches itself merely as an XRP payments company. With recent acquisition, prime brokerage, custody, treasury management, stablecoin infrastructure. So Ripple aims to become a full stack institutional grade crypto finance infrastructure provider. This capital injection gives them runway to scale their infrastructure. What could matter enormously is if large institutions, corporates, and traditional investors adopt digital asset rails. So the XRP reserve remains central, but under new capital structure. So despite diversification, many investors back in this raise likely still view a large portion of Ripple's value as tied to its vast holdings of XRP. So some inside sources reportedly value 90% of Ripple's net asset value to XRP holdings, meaning the raise may implicitly be a bet on the token disguised as institutional infrastructure backing. So from a capital flow or macro standpoint, this suggests that large-scale XRP holdings under the security of institutional investors plus protections are being leveraged as a backbone for a broader crypto finance stack. So it's a signal for a soft landing for crypto native firms from Wild West to regulated capital markets. So that major Wall Street funds. So yeah, now that major Wall Street funds are willing to plow $500 million into a crypto firm with structured protection signals a maturation of crypto finance. So that's huge. And then you have a potential catalyst for wider crypto infrastructure, capital flows, and cross-asset allocation. So if Ripple's infrastructure ambitions succeed, like custody, stablecoins, prime brokerage, cross-chain settlement, stablecoin payments, treasury management, this raise could pave the way for large-scale institutional capital flow into crypto beyond spot speculation. So stablecoins, tokenized assets, institutional custody, corporate treasury allocations, that aligns with a broader financial system reset thesis.
This is big. This is big. So just to give you guys like a scope of like how big the valuation is. I just looked up the top 5 valuations in history. So number 5, you had NTT Mobile, which is a Japanese network motor, I think a phone company or something like that. NTT Mobile was back in 1998. That was an $18 billion valuation. And then at number 4 was Visa, incorporated in 2008 with an $18 billion valuation. And then at number 3, you have SoftBank in 2018 with a $21 billion valuation. And then at number 2, you have Alibaba in 2014 with a $25 billion valuation. And then at number 1 is the biggest oil producer in the world, Saudi Aramco, at $29.4 billion valuation in 2019. So you're talking about 40 billion valuation.
Yep.
Bigger than the biggest oil producer in the world.
333. Yeah, they're gonna have the biggest IPO. Damn, I wish Kirk was in here because Kirk could go in about that IPO stuff. I know he came on here and gave his spiel on the IPO and you know his theory on how that may go, but I know it was something along the lines of everybody gonna go first and Ripple gonna go last, and they're gonna have the biggest IPO in the fucking world. Crazy. Have a big IPO. So yeah. So yeah, 40 billion. So yeah, we'll go to the next article. Let's talk about it real quick. So we had 3 bank CEOs to meet U.S. senators for crypto regulation talks. And Bitcoin hung around 90K. Why that's relevant, I don't fucking know. Who cares? I don't know why they added that to the title of this article, but whatever. So yeah, let's get into it. So 3 bank CEOs to meet U.S. senators for crypto regulation talks. So what's going on? So executives from 3 major banks. Of course, y'all should know Citigroup, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo. I'm gonna say it again. Citigroup, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo are slated to meet this week with U.S. senators to discuss the crypto market structure regulation. So the meeting is described as closed door and comes at a time when regulatory uncertainty persists, even after major steps like the passage of the Genius Act earlier in 2025, which created a regulatory framework for stablecoins. So key issues up for discussion are digital asset custody, stablecoin reserve supervision, how banks should interact with crypto or asset tokenization infrastructure, and a broader market structure framework for crypto and digital assets in the U.S. So why this is significant? So this meeting matters not just symbolically, but potentially as a structural inflection point in how digital assets are integrated into regulated finance in the United States. So here's what's at stake. Big banks entering the crypto regulation conversation. So having CEOs of major banks show up to Capitol Hill signals that traditional finance feels it now has a stake in how crypto regulation is shaped. So that may shift some power away from purely crypto native players and toward legacy financial institutions. If banks get a seat at the table, they may push for frameworks that favor institution over unregulated actors. Then you have potential push toward integrated crypto plus banking infrastructure. So if banks endorse or at least accept regulated custody, stablecoin reserve rules, and tokenized asset frameworks, that could clear the way for a future where crypto and DeFi infrastructure and traditional banking infrastructure coexist or even merge. So for investors and capital allocators, that means digital asset exposure may become more institutional, regulated, and legible. So then you have regulatory clarity or instability could shape the next crypto cycle. So crypto markets are notoriously sensitive to regulation. So this meeting could influence outcomes on custody rules, stablecoin regulation, reserve collateral requirements, or limits on how banks deal with digital assets. So depending on results, this could either unlock large institutional flows into crypto or create new hurdles that dampen growth. So a test of whether regulatory regime will favor legacy finance stability or crypto innovation. So bank CEOs likely bring conservative financial stability concerns. Lawmakers may push for consumer protection, reserve transparency, AML or KYC, risk control. So the tensions between fostering innovation and preventing systemic risk may get highlighted. So the financial balance will affect how open or restrictive U.S. crypto regulation becomes. So what we don't know yet is the meeting is private and no public agenda or detailed framework has been released. So we don't know yet which proposals will get traction or whether the banks and lawmakers align. Even if consensus emerges, implementation will take time. Adopting legacy banking system to support digital asset custody, stablecoin reserves, or tokenized assets is complex and involves regulatory, operational, and compliance changes. That's bullshit. They've been testing this. You know what? I'm gonna shut up because then I'm gonna give out that I know too much. I'm gonna give away I know too much. Just know they already been working on this shit. They've already done trials and tests. The back end shit is done. What the bankers are going is trying to find out how in the hell do we market this to our customers, and you know what I'm saying, making sure that their interface is, you know, the same because people don't like change. They want to make sure the interface is user friendly, and they just trying to figure out when they can repackage and repurpose their infrastructure. Yeah. That's what they're trying to go find out. The rest of this is bullshit. The rest of it, because they don't want y'all to know how quickly this transition is coming. That's why I told y'all enjoy 2025 because so y'all better enjoy the last couple weeks of this year because a lot of y'all enjoy your coworkers, enjoy your manager, because a lot of y'all ain't got. I'm about to see these motherfuckers no more. It's about to be a wrap. So 2026 finna show its ass. 2026 and 2027 gonna show its ass. And if you was not mentally prepared, listen, the mental health institution is gonna be calling a lot of folks' names, bro. But yeah, a lot of this is bullshit. This stuff is ready. This stuff is ready to go, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. This stuff is ready to go. They're ready for AI. That's why you got Tether over there getting in on these humanoid robots for these industrial jobs and shit. Like it's a wrap. It's over with. It's over with. So if you ain't position yourself, you're screwed. You're screwed. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with that. So yeah, so Bank of America, Citi, and Wells Fargo, they meeting with some U.S. senators this week. So we'll see what comes out of that.
That's 3 of the big 4, fam.
Yeah, are they trying to stop the yield to us? Oh no, they want the yield. That's the whole reason why they even got involved with crypto and blockchain, was because of yield. What they have to do is they're gonna have to merge with some of these exchanges because a lot of them don't know how to maneuver. The exchanges are ahead of them, but they need the tech. So no, they're gonna have to offer the yield. That's the problem. Because if they don't offer the yield, then we're just gonna go to DeFi. They can't control it. It don't matter what laws they can put up. They can't control DeFi. They're not gonna be able to get rid of DeFi. So yeah, no, yield ain't going nowhere. That's they can't control that. That's why their best bet is you can't beat them, join them.
Nah, agreed. Peace to everybody on the YouTube. Yo, YouTube, come on, man. Y'all gotta pick up the slack, fam. It's over 100 people over there.
Y'all, we go over this every single fucking day. Hit the like button. Just hit the like button every day. I'm like sick of repeating myself about this. Please hit the like button, y'all. What in the world? We go over this every day. Hit the like button as you come in.
Word. Thank y'all in the comments for reminding folks.
And thank you to the people that do remember and that do hit the like button as they come in. Thank you to the people that go to TikTok and YouTube to like the live. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate it. But y'all gotta make sure y'all see the channel. Y'all see what's going on. We sitting here really actually giving $1 million worth of game, but we can't. It's hard for us to get that reach when y'all not liking the live. We gotta have engagement. Y'all gotta like the live game. Y'all have to. Y'all have to. So yeah. But was that my last article?
Nah, you had one more from Twitter, right? Some Twitter shit.
Yes. I'm glad you just said that. It's just Jamie Dimon's dumbass. Yeah, it's just his stupid ass. I'm just gonna show this clip of this idiot. I can't stand this douchebag head ass nigga, but I can't stand his ass, gang. Because he's full of shit. So Jamie Dimon, so he says that blockchain is real. Like, duh, dumbass. Nobody ever created blockchain not being real. People debated crypto, not blockchain. He's just a complete. I fucking hate people that got money that are douchebags, gang. I can't stand them type of people. I pray to God they stay the fuck away from me when I get this bread. Cause for real, gang.
It's all
dang,
good.
I call him a douchebag. They just my live visibility is restricted for 10 minutes. I don't give a fuck. Because I call Jamie Dimon a douchebag. You see how sensitive the fucking algorithm is to this nigga? Fuck that nigga. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna play this real quick. Like I give a shit. I'm not even gonna be up here 10 more minutes. But here we go. Let's play it real quick.
Fact systems, it's cheap.
Freaking stupid ass Jamie Dimon. He even got a speech problem. I probably talk better than this nigga. All right, here we go.
We moved $16 trillion the other day. In one day, $16 trillion. It goes through our
Almost $16 trillion one day.
AML systems, our risk systems, sanction systems, fraud systems, OFAC systems. It's cheap, it's fast. So we've always been using technology to do a better job for the client. And we're going to do the same thing in tokenization. So tokenization, blockchain is real. It's been around for quite a while, but now it's becoming more effective, more efficient because people are finding ways to do it faster and cheaper, permissioned or not permissioned. Smart contracts, I think, will probably be real. We're working on stablecoin and a JP Morgan. We have a JP Morgan deposit already. And
this whole ass nigga know about XDC. That's why I be talking. That's what I be talking about. Talking about probably. Fuck out of here, gang. Y'all do not. They do not want people looking at real world assets. They want to keep people away from utility driven assets. He wants to give certainty to whatever he wants to give certainty to, and then he wants to use the word probably for the shit that he don't want people to look at. So I hope y'all are realizing that when y'all listen to these dumbass people talk, to listen to what they trying to like brush off. That's what you need to be honing in on and paying attention to. Not this other shit. This nigga's been full of shit this whole fucking time, but I think it's just a little couple more seconds.
It's a token, which is a deposit. We can pay interest on it. And as a payment system and a network, we're involved. If we can use things like that to do something better, faster, cheaper for clients, we're going to.
Nigga, no, y'all wasn't. Y'all just didn't have a choice. He didn't want to have shit to do with crypto and blockchain. He wanted to collect fees. Y'all know Chase got the most fucking fees. That's why I never had a checking account with Chase. But I think one of my exes did. But y'all just want to collect fees. That's all he want to do. Is he was cool with collecting fees and charging the hell out of people and closing people's account for dumbass reasons and still doing it. Mm-hmm. Nigga, you didn't want to. Don't make it seem like you was pro innovation, nigga. You don't have a choice. You don't have a goddamn choice. So yeah, y'all, there it is from your top bank in America. He's finally letting y'all know that blockchain is here. We're gonna use it. He's letting the world know that blockchain is real. And now it's more effective and more.
In 2025, going into 2026, blockchain is real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let them know, Preston. We got the receipts, Jamie. We got the receipts, boy. We know Chase been fucking around in crypto for years now. When you was telling people that you would fire them if you caught them buying Bitcoin, nigga.
Oh yeah. You was calling Bitcoin a pet rock. You shitting on it.
This nigga talking about probably. He probably just talked to the damn founder of Zenfin before he got on the goddamn before he even came on TV over there. Probably talked to been talking to Ripple and all types of shit. Then went on the goddamn news talking about some damn probably smart contracts. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, gang. How you think all this shit gonna work? All this shit is not gonna work without smart contracts, dumbass. Like he be sounding like an idiot. You see what I'm saying? Just an idiot.
No. He's just trying to throw the ones that's halfway in or halfway looking at the shit off.
Yeah, exactly.
You know That's it.
Exactly. That's why I don't have no respect. I don't got no respect for nothing. And I'm not gonna forget none of you people that tried to mislead the public or trying to throw them off like D was just saying. I'm not gonna forget none of that. Please don't ever contact me because you're gonna get cursed the fuck out. I don't care.
Listen,
don't care with money.
Listen, God always gonna have the last laugh because God created all this shit.
You know what I'm saying?
He always gonna have the last laugh, my G. So it don't matter.
Yeah. Somebody said shipping container full of snow. Got caught with that shipping container. All that damn pile. I'm gonna get off. Bye, y'all. They said Jamie Dimon trying to figure out how to launder his money. He sure is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, that was pretty much all the updates that we had for today. So we'll be back on tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, so we just need a couple days with the new Patreon link, and then we'll have that up. Because we gotta wait till everything get connected. So yeah, y'all. Other than that, we'll see y'all. Make sure y'all tap into that metaverse class that we're doing with gaming. Learning how to earn while gaming. Tapping into the metaverse,
Yes.
knowing how to maneuver in that metaverse space. I'm gonna make sure y'all tap in. For those that's 59.5, make sure y'all tap in with D so y'all can at least see other options y'all have with y'all 401ks. Do not have your 401k in the middle of this shift. You might want to make some decisions, especially if you had planned to retire in 2026. You might want to hit up D and Marcus just to see what's going on. So the link for that is a questionnaire in the bio to fill out, and then they'll contact you. But yeah, other than that, y'all, we'll see y'all tomorrow. I gotta go to Christmas lights. All right, y'all.
Peace.
All right.